Hello everyone. In this live, I want to talk about the very first thing that I see in the ranking of the questions you are asking me. When we want to come to Switzerland and start our PhD program, PhD life, how should we make sure that we have a place to stay, at least in the very beginning, that you are planning to move from your own home country or wherever you are to this beautiful country? So in this live, I would like to talk about some ways that I know and I actually I use it myself and I also heard it from some other people to share it with you, and you can also have some ideas when you want to start searching on your own. You also are familiar with these ways, and you also get some idea and recommendation from my side how you need to make sure that you are doing it in the right way or more efficient way. So I want to also give you recommendations, and at the same time it's always good to hear some thoughts from others before or while you are doing your own research. So I am living in Switzerland now more than 8 years. 8 years ago, I applied for PhD at ETH and I graduated 2024, and now I'm working. And for that, because it was a great journey for me, I dedicated some part of my time and life to share my experiences and my thoughts. If you are interested to do your PhD in Swiss universities, so we are not just focusing on ETH because Swiss universities are all strong. Okay, there are different rankings, there are different focuses, but you shouldn't just focus on one university because you hear everything about that university. You should be smart to do detailed research about different universities, different cities, and the different research groups, because sometimes even if one university doesn't have like a great ranking as general, but you will find very great research groups, professors, and those people who are really publishing and well known and are very great opportunities for you to do your research there. And in Switzerland, if you've already watched my other videos, you know that collaboration and networking are highly valued, and you are having this freedom to work with different multidisciplinary and cross functional teams. So let's go to this live topic: how to find a flat or somewhere to stay when you want to move for your PhD to university to Switzerland. So I shared in the previous live because recently I'm publishing these videos first, going live and then posting them. If you want to find all of them, go to the live section. In the previous one, I talked about my own story, how I found somewhere to stay for the first 5 months when I moved to Switzerland. This is very inspiring, and I don't want to repeat that, but I want to highlight it because although it could be a rare case, if you never hear about that, you cannot be that rare option. Or maybe you never hear it proactively from your own secretary, but now you hear it from me. If you ask from your secretary if there is such options, now maybe that person says, okay, this person is smart, maybe I can also search for such option for her or him. So that's why my own story is very important. You go and watch that video to be able to understand how you can make the most of life. The second option, the most prevalent, is that a comment. Okay, let me say why I'm talking about the second option, because one person asked me, if we start our PhD or accept that PhD offer, does the university already give us the a housing or some dormitory or somewhere? It doesn't come with the PhD program. No, you need to look for a place to stay yourself. So general way of doing it is going through the websites like HomeGate or Flatfox, if I remember correctly, or the rest of the websites where you can see the advertised flats. And there you can go through the applications, and depending on which city you're looking for, it could become really competitive or something that you need to put some time and effort behind it. This is something that maybe when you come to Switzerland, you can start doing it more efficiently. Still, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't look for it if you have the time, you know people already here. You can also search, communicate with people who are renting their places. So, this is one general option. We did that after that a few months. In the beginning, we had somewhere from university. Through that very exceptional or rare case, we then moved here and then searched through these websites for a flat where we could stay longer term. But the third option is the shared flat, or finding a room in a flat shared with the other people. This is very common that the students do that. So how to look for it? There are groups, Facebook groups, etc. Of course, it comes the trust, how you can trust the people who are advertising there. These are all the things that you have to see how you can deal with it. And but another thing that I said I want to recommend you is what I see and I saw that people from team can do it for you. If you already ask your professor or the team you want to start working at, they can in fact write an email to the group in the university, to maybe the institute. So they say that we are going to have a new member, she or he starts from this month and looking for a room. And then they know each other and they maybe want to even rent a room from their flat so they can help you. This is very nice way that I understood people can ask each other to help each other. And for that, another recommendation I want to give you, because I know the culture, I know different ways that people would like to receive information, is that if you yourself can write a short introduction about yourself, who you are, what are your interests, what are the things that you're interested in or you don't like, or what are your hobbies, giving the people who never seen you, do not know you, some idea who you are. This person who wants to come and live in a room with me, shared flat, they want to have some idea about you. So that would be a great thing to give to the team and professor so that they can also include that introduction in the email. So all of that being said, I also have another option, which is, of course, having or going through the hotel options, Airbnb, because at the end of the day, if nothing has been possible or everything happened for you quickly and you couldn't find anything, of course, there's still the option of Airbnb or this kind of stuff until you come and start looking quickly, and everyone hopefully help each other. At least what I experienced is that people here, even in the university and academic environment, they help each other for this kind of stuff to support each other. And the last option that I kept for you could be very interesting, because I think that you are thinking about student housing. Because if you ask me if already some housing or dormitory comes with a PhD program, you want to know if the university itself also supports you for that. Uh, what I can tell you is a general thing, because what I've seen from maybe ETH is that for PhD, it wasn't that easy, or there were complications. Because of course, a university like ETH, there are a lot of applicants, there are a lot of students, not only PhD but different levels, so it can become a bit complicated. Of course, there is housing offices. You can not only ask your secretary, but also the housing offices. You find the email address to you or phone number, contact them directly and ask all this detailed information. But at the same time, I want to mention, as I mentioned, there are a great range of universities in Switzerland. You shouldn't just focus on one university. And when you find a university in a smaller city, these options can become easier. For example, now I know some friends from, for example, Neuchâtel University or EPFL. There, they are living in the dormitories, in the studios, where in the building everyone is a student. So it is very easier for them to ask for it and find somewhere which is free for them to start living there. If it is temporary or long term, all are the details that you can ask these housing officers and the people who you know or from the team. What I want to tell you is this proactiveness is very important for a PhD candidate potentially to start working in a team. So never be shy to ask the professor to make a connection between you and the team, between you and the secretary and whoever, because you have the right to understand what are the options for you to start living your life in another uh, country and start moving there. So never be shy to ask that. um, I hope this could help you, because these were all the options that you can find, all the options at least I know. Almost all the options. If you find other options, if you know other ways, these lives, these videos are the places that we can support each other. This community can become bigger and bigger because we can add value through these experiences to each other's lives. I'm now sharing my experiences with you. It can bring inspiration, motivation to you, that you also can do it. At the same time, when you start going through this journey, you also can see how valuable it is for you, and you share your story with others. So definitely come to the lives and also to the comments of this post. Share your experiences. If you see something can be completed, can be added, or based on your experience can be corrected, don't hesitate to write it. We are so open in this community, and I really wish that I can see you in person. And in future, of course, we can have interview with my student or some people, coaches, or like people I know from different disciplines like computer science or the other disciplines. You're asking specific questions for that, I can invite them and talk directly with them. I hope you can come to the posts or videos and write your comments there, because now my time is limited for this video. I need to stop this live now, and but I'm looking forward to hear your question in the comments, because the next topic is your question. So see you in the next live.